In this video, I'm going to show you how to make these really fun snowflake paper chains. Every one of them is totally different and it's really fun to cut them out, open them up, and see how they look. These can be used to decorate your home during the holiday season or even into winter. And you can really get creative with all the different shapes that you have. This is also fun to fold up and tuck inside of a card, and then when they open it up, there's a fun, beautiful chain for the recipient to hang up. These are lovely and take just a minute to make. For this project, you're going to need some construction paper. You can use scrap paper for this. I grabbed a piece of white and a piece of blue so we can see what it looks like in both colors. A pen and just a pair of scissors, and that's it. We're going to begin by cutting our paper. We want to make, now our sheet is 12 inches tall. We're going to make a strip 3 inches wide. You can eyeball this. You don't have to make it exact, but about 3 inches wide if you want to measure it on the ruler, okay? So we're just going to cut our strip. I have both pieces of paper in my hand as a side note. We're just going to cut our strip all the way across here, and you can see we're going to have lots of paper left over so you can make many of them. Okay, once you have your paper strips, you're ready to start folding. Now I set this paper aside. I also have some strips here. You can make some other snowflakes too, but I'm going to do this in the blue so you can see it better. So what we're going to do is we're going to slide our paper up and we're going to flip the bottom up, okay, about an inch or so. We're going to create a zigzag, so flip it over. Flip that up one more time and crease it. Turn it over, flip it up, crease it, flip it over, flip that bottom up, and make sure you get your creases nice and sharp. If you're having trouble with that, you can always take a pen and kind of go back and forth like that. Flip it over, flip up the bottom and crease, flip it over, flip up the bottom and crease it. Flip it over, flip up the bottom, and crease it. Now, you might get some overhang depending on how you folded yours. If that's the case, take a pair of scissors and just give it a little trim. So now we have a zigzag, okay? Grab your pen, and we're going to draw a half a snowflake on here. So hold it down, and we want to make sure our snowflake design goes off the edge on either side. So make sure it goes off the edge here and goes off the edge here, because these folds that we created is what connects it all together, and you need it connected on both sides. So you can draw it any which way you want. I'm just going to draw something really simple with a couple of arms that come out, kind of like a cartoony snowflake, and just make it have a few arms and a few little shapes like that. But see how my snowflake goes off the edge? That's the really important part, okay? So just make it have a couple little edges, and it kind of looks like a half of a snowflake now, okay? So then what you want to do is take your scissors, and we're going to start cutting, but we're just going all around, cutting out our cute little snowflake. Turning, I like to turn the piece. It's a little bit easier to get in there with the scissors. And if you have trouble going around those really tight corners here, just come in from the opposite direction. That helps me out quite a bit. Okay, and then you can kind of go, if you have some really tight little spots, you can kind of like go in with your scissors. And the more detailed you make it, the more interesting it will be when you pull it apart. So you can kind of go and add with your scissors, add a few little details, go into some of those notches. Then we're going to open it up, and we have a beautiful snowflake garland. Now, let's close it back up for a minute, because you notice how this middle part's pretty solid. Let's make a little bit of an open center on this, okay? So you can also, you want to leave most of this fold intact, but you can also go in and cut out some decorative holes. See how I'm adding a little bit here? But you just want to make sure the fold is going to be intact. So when you open it back up, it will be connected. You can kind of like come in here and cut some interesting shapes out. Okay, scoot our paper scraps, and then you can see that we've cut the middle part out, and now it's just a little bit more detailed. See our beautiful snowflake? Okay, and I went and just made another kind of silly shape with another one, and it's really fun to see how they're all going to turn out. So that is how you make a paper snowflake chain. I hope you enjoyed this. You can make them longer if you want to. You can make a couple of different colors and kind of like staple them together, make a long garland, and they're just so much fun to make. Thanks so much for watching, and be sure and click the subscribe button to get all the latest Sparkle and Splatter video updates. Happy crafting, everyone!